Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk to you all about Fortnite Battle Royale's newest update. In this update we got a new snowman item added to the game, we had various items vaulted, and then we had the drop rates of some items adjusted. If you do enjoy this video, please do remember to drop a like on it and subscribe if you would like to see more. I do live stream Fortnite Battle Royale every single day on YouTube. Starting off with the snowman item that was added to the game, essentially it's called the Sneaky Snowman. You can use the primary fire to throw a projectile that creates a destructible snowman, and you can use the secondary fire to wear the Sneaky Snowman. The Sneaky Snowman has 100 health and acts as a shield when worn by the player. The Sneaky Snowman is destroyed when its health reaches 0 or when a player wearing the snowman swaps to a different item or building mode. So a player wearing the Sneaky Snowman cannot build or use other items, but it does allow you to take extra damage. It's available in common variants, and it can be found from floor loot, chests, and supply llamas. It drops in stacks of 5, and the max size is 10. So this is a somewhat interesting item. You won't be able to build, and you won't be able to use other items, but it'll allow you to take more damage. And I believe this will stack on top of your other shield. So if you have 100 shield and 100 HP, and then you put a snowman on, you'll have 300 health effectively, but you won't be able to build, and you won't be able to use weapons. I don't really see myself using this too much. It will be interesting to see what ideas players have for this. Maybe using it to avoid fall damage in some cases. I'm not really sure. As of right now, this doesn't seem like an item that I'm going to really use. The other items that were removed from the game were the quad rocket launcher, the porta fortress, and the grappler. I think all of these are good vaults. The porta fortress was incredibly annoying and I just think unnecessary. Created a lot of awkward fights. The grappler was a ridiculously overpowered weapon, and then the quad launcher was a pretty annoying weapon, and it just contributed to more rocket spam, so I think removing it was a good decision. One of the reasons why the grappler was so overpowered is because it would allow you to take high ground in a lot of fights. And why this is bad for the game is because building is like the central skill of the game. So when you add things into the game that allow you to quickly take high ground from other players and not have to use the skill of building, it just lowers the skill gap and makes fights more random. Also, if you had a grappler, you could just focus on putting out damage in fights, whereas normally you would lose high ground if you didn't try to damage the opponent at the right time and you were going too hard on damage. You would lose high ground because of it if your opponent was better at building than you. But with the grappler, you could just go super aggro on damage and then grapple up to them whenever you please. So I'm happy to see the grappler removed from the game. I think it is a good change. Same with the porta fortress and the quad rocket launcher, like I said. We had the drop chances of shield potions and small shields changed, basically swapped. There's going to be less big shield spawning and more small shield spawning. The numbers will be in the patch notes, which will be linked in the description if you want to see them. But essentially, that's what it is. You're going to get more small shields and less big shields. The glider redeploy item got a reduced drop chance from 11% at a chest to 4.4%. The balloons got a reduced drop chance from chest from 7.5% to 3.2%. And then also the quad crashers got reduced spawn rate from 100% to 50%. And the plane got reduced spawn rate from 80% to 50%. So there's going to be way less planes and quad crashers in the game. And just less mobility in general. The grappler is gone. Glider redeploy is spawning less. Balloons are spawning less, quad crashers are spawning less, and the planes are spawning less. So there's just going to be way fewer mobility items in the game, which I think is a good thing overall. I'm kind of biased in this aspect, but I think a lot of the mobility items make the game very random and kind of reduce the skill that was predicting rotation. If you played the game a lot and you understood how players rotate, that was a good skill to have in the past. But with all these mobility items in Season 7, it seemed like rotations were really random. So reducing them, I think, will make the game a little bit more predictable and a little bit more consistent. But let me know what you think of these changes down below. That's essentially it. The other changes are that Sniper Shootout is back, and then there's a new pyramid thing at the block. But essentially, those are the big changes. We got the Snowman item, Quad Launcher, Grappler, and Porta Fortress are vaulted. Small shields are going to be spawning more, big shields are going to be spawning less, and then some of the mobility items are spawning less. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm going to let this gameplay play out. It's a pretty good solo win. It got really chaotic at the end. We were low on mats and low on HP, but I was still able to clutch the win. If you guys did enjoy this video, like I said, a like rating is always appreciated. And if you'd like to see more from me, subscribe. Thanks for watching.